ultimately you would want to shine like a star. You would want to be a bright, bright light, a high frequency. And I've talked about your tool belt, how you can have so many ways of dealing with this clouds or lower light, if you want to call it that. And ultimately you would just want to, first and foremost, become aware of this low light, this cloud. And then it's up to you if you want to deal with it or not. Of course, it's going to be a much more pleasant experience if you are shining in the brightest light you could imagine. And if all parts of yourself was shining in the same bright light. But of course, as you keep progressing in the game and you reach higher frequencies and more awareness of different type of experiences you can have, then you might become aware of clouds or low frequency mindsets, low light. And it will be up to you if you want to deal with it or not. Of course, if you deal with it, you will gain more bright light. You will have more freedom, more empowerment. You will shine brighter and you will feel better. So it's a huge reward every time you take care of a low light or a cloud, call it whatever you want. And well, awareness is key. First and foremost, you just want to become aware of it. You want to intend to be in 9/11, here and now, to be harmonized, to have high frequency mindsets, so you can shine bright. And with so many things, you don't really need the most advanced tools to deal with the low light. A simple confession to yourself could often be enough. And it would boost your awareness. But first and foremost, you had to become aware that I'm experiencing a cloud here. Let's say that I wanted to go out in the car and just take a drive by myself. And then I realized that I would have to drive through traffic, and it could be, well, scary. For example, well, I have now encountered a cloud, a low light, a low frequency mindset, a problem. And by just admitting this to myself, I might realize that it's somewhat of a silly problem. It's not really the way I truly think about it. I could tell myself that I'm afraid to go out and drive right now because I will have to drive through the traffic, and I could get a full release. That low light have now actually got the light shaded on it, and it might completely just be lit up. And you can try that with all sorts of things, and you would gain phenomenal awareness of what those clouds really represent with all sorts of things. But unless you deal with them when you recognize them, well, they might not necessarily be taken care of. Well, in a long time, maybe. But if you are in a mindset that you are ready to take care of things, to set yourself more free, well, then you will resonate with actually facing that low light when you recognize it and confess to yourself what it really is. But you need to be precise, and you cannot fool yourself, because at some point you will be too smart. You simply won't be able to truly let go of a cloud by telling yourself that it's something else. You will see that the cloud still remains, and unless I'm being perfectly honest and precise about what this thing really is, well, then it's not going to go away until you are honest and precise. And often it can be just a tiny, silly little thing that is holding you back. So let's say that I was going to vacuum my room, but it's not really the vacuuming itself that I feel is going to be boring. I could actually enjoy that. The biggest problem could actually be to just go and get the vacuum. And it's the same with so many things. You want to take a walk, and you want to do the walk, but the thing that is hindering you is that you actually have to put on your shoes or change clothes. And if you can be aware and just catch the cloud for what it is and confess that to yourself, well, then you might see that it's not really a problem after all. You will just put on your shoes and you will feel happy about it. So try to just sit down and confess. Just sit down and spend as much time on it as you could enjoy, with smaller things and with bigger things, and just play around with it. And you will gain great awareness and empowerment. It's a good practice.